The great invention of the magic curtains. De Estrella Longus Damascene. High up in the great tree of the forest lived two very creative fairies, Twila and Gossamer. Their little homes were beautiful, but they had round windows that let in way too much light. Twila looked at the rising sun and said, "Gossamer, we need to invent something so we can sleep a little longer." Twila woke up every morning with her eyes squeezed shut. The sun was so bright it felt like a giant flashlight right in front of her bed. She tried to cover her face with a small clover leaf, but the light always found a way to wake her up. Gossamer had an idea and went out to look for materials. She tried using a dried oak leaf, but it was very stiff and fell to the floor as soon as a little wind blew. "This won't work," Gossamer sighed as she watched the leaf flutter down. Then Twila tried to use spider silk. She thought it would be perfect because it was light and strong. But when she tried to hang it on the window, it got stuck on her fingers and her wings. It became a mess of sticky white threads. Walking through the forest, Gossamer found some silver moss growing on rocks in the shade. It was soft like velvet and very thick. "This is it!" Gossamer cried. She carefully picked several pieces, imagining how well they would block the bright light. Twila took a rose thorn and used it like a pencil to draw a plan on the surface of a giant mushroom. She drew a long rod and some small rings. "If we hang the moss from this rod, we can open and close it whenever we want," she explained with a smile. Gossamer got to work right away. She used a needle made from a pine needle and a thin thread made from willow bark. With a lot of patience, she joined the pieces of silver moss to create a soft, beautiful fabric that shimmered faintly. Twila climbed onto a small wooden stool and placed a straight twig above the window. Very carefully, she slid the curtain rings over the branch. When she pulled the curtains over the edge, the window was completely covered, and the room became dark and cool. At sunset, Twila and Gossamer sat on their balcony to rest. They were happy because now everyone in the great tree could choose when to see the sun. That night, they closed their new curtains and sang, "Twirl and weave, and make it tight," to hide away the morning light.